Welcome to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. We're halfway through 2026.
How did this happen?
Hold on.
And I thought it would be fun to do the mid-year Freakout book tag. Quite the reading year. 60 books. Let's talk about it. Question number 1, the best book and series that you've read so far in 2026. I'm going to choose a favorite or two from each of the genres that I read from, starting with clean fiction, which 99% of the time is going to be historical fiction. One of my favorite books of all time, Lakeshire Park by Megan Walker. This is very sweet, very Jane Austen-esque. Two sisters, only a couple years apart, and the eldest sister is very sacrificial and protective of her little sister. This was all the similarities that I found that it had with Pride and Prejudice as well, but make it a house party and add horses. Another clean fiction favorite of this year so far is Echoes of the Sea, Sarah M. Eden. Clever, funny, starts in contemporary England, turns into a time slip. 1803 secluded British island story. For Christian fiction, Sarah E. Ladd's Cornwall series, especially the first two books. I have the third one to show you as well, which was good but not as great as the first two. The Governess of Penwith Hall and The Thief of Lanwin Manor. They are cozy, atmospheric, secluded Regency England backdrop, family drama. This one especially had a lot of mystery. Book number 1 is super chill, apple orchard, and book number 2 is more of a cozy fall mystery inside a manor with secrets and nefarious people. Love it. Contemporary Christian gentle mystery series. The Writing on the Wall, non-murdery so far. There's a mystery surrounding an old drawing on the wall of an obscure New England lighthouse that Mary and friends find. This one I was sucked into and I could not put this book down until I knew, because so many of the townspeople that are upstanding, they were all acting really weird and suspicious, and I had to know. For the favorite middle grades, that would be the Felicity Mysteries. One of my favorite spunky characters solving a gentle mystery.
Yes, please.
For nonfiction, it would be George Washington's Secret Six, chock full of historical events, conversations, secrets. I learned so much more. Don't skip the audiobook. It's narrated by the author and it's wonderful. My favorite classic so far for this year was a reread of Justin Morgan Had a Horse by Marguerite Henry, a reread from long ago, very nostalgic, a true story about the Morgan horses that we still have today. And I didn't realize when this happened, but I was very tickled to hear a couple of forefather names in the midst of this book. Question 2, the best sequel that you've read so far in 2026. I've already mentioned that I love and adore The Thief of Lanwin Manor, which is book number 2 in the Cornwall series by Sarah E. Ladd, but also book number 2 in what used to be called the Canterbury Brides series, now part of Brides of the West by Erica Vetch. Book number 2 is The Marriage Masquerade. So much fun. They are novellas, fairly short. Question 3, a new release you haven't read yet but want to. The only one that I am a little bit curious about is Oh Say Can You See by J.P. Sterling, a clean patriotic. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know whether or not it's recommend worthy. Question 4, most anticipated release for the second half of 2026. Megan Soja's Harbor of Spies, book number 4, Christian fiction series that I adore. I don't know a title or anything else. Also, The Widow of Woodlark Cottage by Julie Clausen, historical Christian fiction, another auto-buy author for me. Question 5, biggest disappointment, very controversial opinion. This book has high stars, high praise. The Duke's Bargain by Megan Walker is a newer release, and while it is clean Regency, I understand that this was a slight villainous redemption style plot, which was fine. I was excited to see what she was going to do with this, but our main male character especially was a huge bully, even at the end, over the top, still took things really way too far. He was just vicious. And even our female character, she was a little bit bullyish herself. I just couldn't get on board with it. I was very disappointed. Question 6, the biggest surprise. Definitely The Bartered Bride by Erica Vetch. A rebellious suffragette and a steadfast sailor, tied by duty, divided by secrets, and tempted by a love that changes everything. What I did not expect was the second half of this very short novel, that it would be so intense and such a nail-biter. There is death on page. It is not gruesome. If I can spoil it right here. Huge surprise. Question 7, favorite author and new to you author. So Sarah E. Ladd wins the award for the favorite author for me.
No surprise there.
Favorite new author, I recently read Deborah M. Hathaway. Something goes wrong one stormy night. She has to go out and help a dashing captain. Her days of isolation vanish. Best male character. The main male character from Echoes of the Sea I found to be hilarious. I loved his sarcasm. He was so much fun, had the best positive outlook on everything. He was just a hoot. And then Peter Wood from Lakeshire Park. I loved his mischievous personality. He was quite the gentleman. Question 9, I've changed it to the best female character from Lakeshire Park and The Thief at Lanwin Manor. Both are incredibly smart, capable, calm. They are sacrificial in their caring for other people. They like the outdoors. Question 10, books that made you happy. Echoes of the Sea and Seeking Persephone, both by Sarah M. Eden. I obviously love her humor. Both of these made me laugh so much. Harbor of Spies series by Megan Soja, Spark of the Revolution, Secrets of the Revolution, and Scars of the Revolution all made me giddy. Question 11, book that made you cry. Also, Scars of the Revolution. Question 12 is the most beautiful books you've bought or received this year. These are uniquely beautiful, I think. Poet Pilgrim Rebel, the story of Anne Bradstreet, America's first published poet. I love the illustrations of this book. I think they are just so beautiful. This is my old American spirit vibe right here. And then we've got Heroes of 1776 with the illustrations inside. Absolutely stunning. But also, I was going to show you the book cover, the Declaration of Independence poster. Isn't that cool? Question 13, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? So many books. We'll just talk about July for now. Finish any up that I didn't get to read in June. Patriotic books. In light of Jane Austen July, I would like to read The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow. Also, North Argyle Abbey by Janelle Leonard. And another high priority is reading book number 3 in Ashton Newbold's Noble Charade series. This one is called The Parlor Game, and I'm looking for it to be just as light and funny. It's a Regency romantic comedy. Looking forward to this one. If you are still here at this point, give me a sunshine emoji and let me know your favorite book of 2026 so far. Until next time.